Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It is me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. I want to go ahead and check out to see how well does Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty HD Edition runs on a PlayStation Now. Right now I have connected my Cat 7 Ethernet cable directly to my router, which is also connected to my DOCSIS 3.1 modem. So let's test it right here on the OLED. I did change a couple of things. For example, I have adjusted my settings here a little bit just to show you. I have actually selected a game mode. I have left my OLED light at 80 because we're not using HDR here, so there's no reason for me to crank up this OLED light all the way high. Contrast at 95, brightness at 50, sharpness at 20. This is the important part, leaving the sharpness at 20 here. Trust me, that's something you want to do. Color at 50, because we want to avoid any kind of oversaturation of color. Color temperature is another important part right here. W15, warm 15. I think this is a good balance between the yellow and the blue, cold and warm. I left it at 15. Let's move on to the noise reduction. This is something that you could leave, but I would leave it like on medium. I would leave it on medium. It might help with the quality. Another important part here is the black levels. Keep them at high because remember, we are using an old PlayStation 3 game on the PlayStation Now, so keep the black levels at high because you got the best pitch black dark levels on the OLED as it is. Alright, True Motion, you turn that off. So that's basically what I'm using here. I would leave the dynamic contrast off. You don't need it here because we're not using HDR, so leave that off. So let's fire it up. Let's see how it looks, shall we? Looks good. Alright, so let's start the game, shall we?
The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
Looks good. Looks clean. I like it. This is probably one of the coolest opening scenes in the game, honestly. That famous jump from a George Washington bridge. As you can see, it looks pretty darn good for a PlayStation 3 game that's being streamed via cloud server. It's an HD and looks pretty darn good. Especially on the OLED. And honestly, anything will look good on the OLED. No matter what you throw at this TV, it will just look good. I definitely recommend that you guys use a Ethernet cable directly to your router or your modem. Oh yeah, this is like super sharp. I love it. The sound quality, it's really amazing too.
He's right on schedule. He'll know soon enough.
By the way, this is a 55-inch E8 OLED by LG. E-Series. Metal Gear Solid 2. Alright, Otacon. Otacon! Pick up.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
I must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
The private sector's not so bad.
It is really sharp. You know, I'm really amazed just how sharp the quality is, considering that it's being streamed from a server on the cloud.
Mailing's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCBN again? Look, give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body it hit. We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head. As for the equipment... Hey, Snake, cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you? Here's the digital camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please, I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, There's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper. What? Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry. It's their game. Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon. How many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS 74U. Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head there. I'm transmitting the photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
All right, so well, as you can see, it looks pretty good. It sounds good. I wish I had time to show you the gameplay, but it's pretty impressive. Like I said, use these settings that I just showed you in the beginning of the video. Try them out. You have to keep in mind this is being streamed from a server, but if you have a really good internet connection, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty impressed so far with what PlayStation Now it's doing. It's very sharp. It looks as if you're playing it directly from a console. So I would give this a try. You know, you got 7-day free trial. Give it a try. There's some pretty cool games here. You got Metal Gear. You got Silent Hill. You got all the God of Wars. You know, you got a bunch of stuff here. So you also have the ability to download certain games. So they're definitely stepping up their game here. So yeah, give these settings a try. Let me know what you think. All right? Have a good one, guys. I'll see you on Friday. Take care.